And welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We are now moving into our third and final segment. Oh, by the way, it is Fun Friday, and we've got some fun in as well. National Garifuna Council, November calendar, and of course, Miss Garifuna is in with us as well. We've got Deveene Martinez. She's Miss Garifuna.
In the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. We've been happy. We also have Melissa Zuniga, who is the Secretary of the National Garifuna Council, right here. And Miss President is here with us, Nerisi Lopez, who's the President of NGC Belize City Branch. Yes. Guys, good morning. We've been
good morning.
We've been
So the month is here. We know that we try our best not to only celebrate within the month of November, but let's talk about the month and the activities that we've got coming up. But firstly, President, tell us about NGC Belize City, NGC on a whole, and what we've got lined up.
NGC on a whole, it is our mandate to uplift Garifuna well. Like you said, it's more than just the month of November. It's all year round. As a matter of fact, we have activities all year round. But for some reason, we've become even more visible during the month of November because, well, that is when we celebrate Garifuna Settlement Day. So in Belize City, and I must make mention that while we've come up with an entire calendar of events for Belize City, we're not trying to steal the thunder from any other community because we have NGC branch in about, Mel, how many?
There are about 8. We have in Libertad, San Pedro has a branch, Orange Walk, Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, Dangriga, Hopkins, St. Bite, Georgetown, Barranco, and Punta Gorda.
Wow.
So there are going to be activities taking place at all of these different branches. So, you know, feel free to go wherever is closest to you, wherever you know, wherever you wish.
Well, I have to tell you, you know, as someone who lives in Belize City, I was most excited to see the launch of your calendar because, I mean, we all want to do the Dangriga Garifuna Settlement Day, but it's just not possible for everyone. Some years you can make it, some years you can't. And to see everything that's happening here really makes me excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's definitely our objective. Because this year, being realistic, 19 falls on a Tuesday. And those who want to travel will still travel. But for those who can't, we've ensured that we have activities. We started on the 1st with our official calendar launch, like you mentioned. During that launch, we had the launch of 2 Garifuna book that teaches the language because our team is centered around language. And Deveene, can you share our team?
Well, Deveene had to master the language to win that crown. I love that about your pageant, by the way.
Definitely.
So Deveene, tell us, how old are you?
I'm 17.
And where are you from?
Hopkins Village.
Okay, so why did you decide to go into Miss Garifuna pageant?
Well, I was interested because I have 7 sisters and 5 of them has won the Miss Garifuna Belize.
What?
Yeah. And so they inspired me to go for it.
Oh my gosh.
Are you the youngest of all?
Wow.
So that family really wants to bring it.
Yeah, this is the end of that. But tell us about the pageant itself. The pageant is very much based on showing that you as a young person still know, understand, and can push the culture. Right?
Tell us about it. How was it for you?
Well, it was fun. I got to meet new people and interact with them. And
How do you feel speaking the language in a crowded audience such as that? What is that like for you?
I was nervous, and I said I was going to take back the crown for Hopkins because it haven't went back like for about 5 years.
Wow.
And the thing is that my sister was the last one who take back the crown to Hopkins. So everyone was so excited and wanted me to take back the crown to Hopkins.
So do you talk the language fluently?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? So it wasn't something that you had to practice and learn for the pageant. You talk Garifuna. And is that where you had the advantage in the pageant?
That and the dancing as well, Marlene. This girl can dance.
Wait. What did you dance for the pageant?
I danced Punta, Paranda, Hugu, Gunjai, Chumba. Yeah.
Okay.
So you enjoyed every aspect of the pageant.
Yeah.
And she kept that smile as well.
But you know, and I think that what is being highlighted here is how you have such a great grounding in the culture. Is that something that's just in your family? Because I mean, everybody knows Punta, and I think most people know languages, but sometimes limited in communication.
Yeah.
But you seem like you are grounded in it. What about is it your family that pushes it? Is it the whole community of Hopkins?
It was first my family, of course, and then the community.
Okay.
Well, Hopkins didn't have a Miss Garifuna competition, but I only volunteered myself because nobody else wanted to go, so I just said I was going to do it for Hopkins.
Knock it right out of the park.
So have you learned some of the traditional dances? Because I find that's where most people, especially younger ones, may not know.
How you learn?
From very young, I was able to dance and learn the dances. My sisters always teach me, so yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Punta.
Everybody.
I was going to say, besides Punta, what's your favorite style?
Paranda.
Paranda.
Then, put them in a line, then.
Okay, so we're going through the list there. Punta, Paranda.
Hugu, and Chumba, and Gunjai.
Cool. What did it portray during the pageant? Normally in the chumba, you have to do you know. So what did you do that, and what was it that
I
you portrayed?
was stealing coconut.
No,
I know.
So you were stealing coconut?
Yeah.
And one line in your head too.
She never may wash no clothes.
And I found that quite fitting for Hopkins, you know, because then it is a tropical island.
Yeah.
I mean, not island, but community.
Yeah.
And we have so many coconut trees there. So for her to have been stealing coconut, I wonder if she ever did it for real.
And it's going out of what we always see, because we usually see some of the other ones. That's great. How do you feel being Miss Garifuna now?
I feel great. And yeah, everything. I don't know.
She's still excited.
Maybe a little break here, and we'll start talking about the activities.
So, beside our official lunch that we had on Friday, where we had the mayor, he was the keynote speaker. And special mention to the mayor, because most Garinago here migrated to Belize City, and to see the acceptance of our language, our culture, and its appreciation by so many other ethnicity, that is heartwarming. And because we're generous, we share our culture. It's people keep on saying, why not only for Garifuna? Well, we share it with everybody. Yes, it was initially our day, but be a part of the festivities. Hence the reason in Belize City we ensure that we have all these events lined up. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, Saturday, we have a culture night. And this is being hosted by the youths, because we have a youth arm, NGC youth arm here in Belize City. So I gave that responsibility to the youths, especially Alvin and Dominic, who are part of our executive here in Belize City, to spearhead, coordinate, and of course with our support, ensure that tomorrow night will be a success. And so we're excited. It's going to be at the corner of St. Thomas and Freetown Road, right across from Atlantic Bank, the spot where the guy always sells barbecue. And he embraced the opportunity to host us at his spot. And so we're looking forward to it. We have 1, 2, 3 organized groups that will be providing cultural entertainment. We only need the PA system and the mic for voice projection, no DJ, straight drumming. So Marlene and Jan, you have to be a part of that. Yes. And besides, we have that 18th night. It's definitely a highlight for Belize City, because this year we have our concert, and we've collaborated heavily with Nerisi Garifuna restaurant. They've been accommodating, they've been supportive. It's amazing. It's a Garifuna restaurant. And so we took our events definitely with the best view. And people may wonder, how do I get to Nerisi? Because it's a little far off. Some people don't drive. We want to do a shuttle where we shuttle people from Ponyard and St. Martin's area. $1 or $2 maximum, where you go and maybe hourly, that bus will traverse from those two destinations to Nerisi and back. And so for 19, we have the Euromay. It starts from the Marine Parade. It goes straight to Belcan Bridge, where we'll be greeted by the mayor. We have a procession to the St. Martin's Parish. We have our mass, because it is of most importance to Garinago that we start off any bashment with a mass. So we have our mass, then we move over to Nerisi with a parade, and that parade sees the official ceremony immediately afterwards, where we will have a guest speaker in person, Dale Cayetano, who is a magistrate, Garifuna magistrate, and then we move on to the other festivities. We will have the demonstration of the cassava baking process. So we've invited this lady who works at the cassava processing plant that NGC has in Dangriga. She travels here to Belize City to ensure that happens, and people can witness firsthand, and they can also purchase their cassava bread.
Of course.
And in between, we have so many other activities. We have on the 14th the Solidarity Mass, and that is in honor of T.V. Ramos, the founder of Garifuna Settlement Day, and also other Garinago men and women here in Belize City who have ensured that even when the discrimination, and we weren't in the most favorable light, that Garifuna was still pushing through. And with special recognition to NGC, because like you said, one of the biggest mandate is to ensure that Garifuna people have an identity, that our voice is heard, and still we do not believe that we're far removed from any other ethnicity. As a matter of fact, we're one of many that makes Belize beautiful.
Let me ask, you know, it's interesting because I feel like there's just such an embracing of the Garifuna culture. And I don't mean necessarily only by other cultures. I mean, over the years, we were talking about losing the language. Now you have Ms. Garifuna here talking about the fact that there's no preparation. This is a part of her life. So it seems that the roots that you put down as the NGC are starting to grow.
Definitely.
And even here in Belize City, what's been the response? Because you know, you didn't see as vibrant a celebration here as you would have seen, especially if you went down south. But I get the sense that people in Belize City are ready and willing to completely embrace the settlement activities.
Yes, they are. I think for a lot of people, you know, who've chosen to make Belize City their home, the fact that there are going to be activities here and they don't have to travel, the fact that NGC Belize City branch is very active here in terms of every third Sunday there is a Garifuna Mass at St. Martin's Church. So even throughout the year, you still find that, you know, Garifuna culture, you can still hear the songs, you can still, you know, participate in various activities that we have. So I think that it's very important. People are looking forward to it. We have worked hard as the Belize City branch, as a national executive as well, to ensure that whatever activities take place in the different communities, that, you know, that we are able to support and that they promote the culture positively.
Of course.
Yes. And we're going to party. That's the most important thing.
You did mention, the President, a few of the things happening on 18th and 19th, and we'll be getting somebody from down in Dangriga to demonstrate the cassava baking process or making process. Where are all these activities going to be held?
So, except for the culture night, which will be held at the corner of Freetown Road and St. Thomas Street, all our other activities happen at Nerisi Garifuna. Well, of course, the mass happens at St. Martin's Church. That's our church. And so every other event happens at Nerisi Garifuna. And that's because as Garinago, NGC made that decision. You know, that is the Garifuna restaurant. We are an executive. So when we collaborate, when we intermarry these two groups, we have these combustion activities. And so we're excited. Miss Adet, she's been there every step. As a matter of fact, last night, our Miss Garifuna Belize had the honor of being hosted at Nerisi Garifuna, and she was welcomed with a procession, and we started with the drums and the party.
So you had to show them Punta I'm wondering now. I think if you don't only Punta demonstration.
Next year we are bringing with drum.
But that's so nice. And when it comes to us Garifuna people, we prefer La Roubaix.
Yeah.
We like to be right there in front of the sea.
I was going to say you have to translate that because people will think it's a
La
hotel.
Roubaix.
You want to be next to the sea.
Yes.
Yes.
And you said there's a concert on the 18th. And who is or featured performer?
For that concert, I will not be president on that night. I will be partying. It's one of my favorite artists, Garifuna artist, Aurelio Martinez.
Oh my goodness.
He comes all the way from Honduras. And he doesn't only come alone. He brings his band.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, the
Los
full
Bravos del
setup.
Caribe?
See, you know it.
We have Aurelio. We've got private serenades from Aurelio.
Yes,
He's
yes.
one of our popular guests here.
Even played trivia game with us.
Amazingly talented.
Oh, yes.
And loves Belize and loves his culture. It's a great way to celebrate.
So we're very
Yeah.
excited to have him. Beside that, we have Titiman. He is from Dangriga.
Yes.
We have our very own C. Wills, who is from Hopkins, and he brings his band as well.
Yeah.
And we have Asiatic from Los Angeles,
Yeah.
who will also be a part of that lineup.
Yeah.
And so where everybody else have to figure out how they're going to get their stage and their setup, guess what? Nerisi have these
A
things
built-in
already.
one.
So we have our built-in stage there, and we don't have to worry about the setup. It's just to ensure the lineup is up and running, and party will be
My God.
happening. And the 18th, so excited. See the excitement kind of
Yeah,
just takes
man, I'll
us
tell
for
you.
the 18th.
Yeah.
And it's a safe and secure
Yes.
venue.
Gonna
So
say
that's
definitely.
another,
Because
that's another point.
beside Nerisi, we've worked, and thanks to Commissioner Williams, he's been very accommodating, ensuring that we have the security we need.
Yeah.
So for even for the culture night, which is an outdoor event, we will have police security there.
Yeah.
At Nerisi, maximum security, every single activity. As a matter of fact, for our opening ceremony, our launch, we had about 9-10 police officers there.
Yeah.
Last night, which was just a regular night for Nerisi Garifuna, they had about 4 police officers there. So the security is always tight.
Yeah.
It's a fenced-in area.
Yes.
There is no random occurrences happening there.
Yeah.
You would be safe at the Nerisi Garifuna restaurant. Yes.
On November 18th.
That
Definitely.
November
It's gonna be-
18th, our goal is to keep people up so
Yeah.
they can go to your May.
Yes.
And after your May, you go to church, and after church, you go crash.
Yeah.
And when you get
So
up,
you take a nap.
You take a quick
And
nap.
then you
you
go
take
back.
a quick nap, you come back.
Because you have to go get your hudud.
Yes, we have all the activities. Like I said, we have the cassava demonstration processes. We want to have other booths, like the different spirit sellers, like the vendors, they will be there. We're trying to collaborate with the mayor so that some of the vendors you see at the super sale, you would see them at Nerisi Garifuna.
Nice.
For cultural awareness, we have an educational fair. Because we don't, like, in the midst of the party, sometimes we forget the gist.
Yeah.
And we always take time to mention that our history, while we are victorious or we are celebrating all this now,
Yeah.
it starts from a place of struggles, and hence the reason if you look at the Garifuna flag, you see the black, white, and then you see the yellow.
Yeah.
We are hopeful now, but then the black it represented our struggles, our suffering. I mean, being put on a small island of Roatan, was it? Or Balisao? Balisao, where it was 5,000 people being held on an island that could have held a maximum of about 1,000 people. People dying when they got to the mainland of Honduras and eventually Belize. It was about 2,000 people of the 5,000 that initially started the journey. So these are the reason as Garinogu we celebrate. We've held on to our language because that is the way we communicate, and we encourage our children that yes, be hype about Aurelio, but do not forget our language is important.
Yeah.
Our culture is very important because of where we come from. And we do that with the pageant, and that is one of the reasons our pageant is so significant. And while we're at that, I would like to take the time to mention, and we already shared it with our queen, one of the concerns from community at large was the quality of prizes that we had been able to muster up and give to our queen. And we took those criticism because it's a organization, we only grow when we listen.
Of course.
And so with the support of our Minister of Education, who is also the Minister of Culture and Sports, he granted us a prize for Deveene. And it's being mentioned here for the very first time, beside to Deveene and her family, that She will also be awarded additionally with a 2-year scholarship, associate level, to University of Belize. And so we congratulate her for that. And we thank the Minister of Education for granting her that prize.
That's great news.
Yes. Congratulations to you.
That's a double win.
Yes. Win-win situation.
Pretty big, yeah. Ladies, it sounds like it's going to be a great time. You know, it's actually, I cannot believe it's next weekend already. Next Monday, technically. And so it's going to be a fun and festive week. There's also a day that you wear your cultural clothes.
Yes.
What day is that?
November 14th.
November 14th.
Garifuna Awareness Day.
Garifuna Awareness Day. That's the
next Thursday.
All right, so we can look forward to that. Encourage others to do the same.
And that will be the same day we have our the educational fair. This also happens at Nerisi Garifuna. We will have booth. We have Ludwig Palacio coming out, Dr. Ludwig Palacio coming all the way from Punta Gorda to be a part of that fair, where we have Garifuna and medical practitioners who will be there to do testing as well. We are open to others who want to display artifacts, literatures, everything Garifuna, as well as the cassava and baking process will also once again be demonstrated for students to be a part of that activity.
So how do people get in touch if they want to find out more about the activities, if they want to join in?
Well, they can contact the National Executive via email, National Garifuna Council at gmail.com. All the different branches have their various contact information. We have a Facebook page, National Garifuna Council. If you send a message, we will be able to see how best we can facilitate. The office number, I don't.
You can get it from Facebook.
Yes,
don't worry.
Everything is on Facebook.
Right.
Yes, but our main office is in Zuniga. So the main office can also be contacted that way.
And here in Belize City, we've been adopted by Luba Garifuna Museum and Mr. Sebastian Kayatan. So that is our office. That is where we hold our meetings. And to be contacted, he's always there. Anybody can drop by, or you can call us at 605-4689, which is a personal cell phone number. However, it is accessible to anybody who wants to get in contact with us.
Well, thank you for coming in and just giving us a preview of what we can expect here in Belize City for pretty much the upcoming week. Right? Thank you once again. We got to go ahead and take that final break. When we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.